Episode 132 of Cal Cagnor Radio starts right now, and it starts with an apology
Okay.
to
Who
Joe,
are you apologizing? Oh, to me.
to any listeners,
Okay.
to anyone out there that listened to last week's episode and thought, why is he pinning the needle?
Yeah.
Why is there
Jim
so...
Wern. Jim Wern thought
Who's
that
Jim
you...
Wern?
Big Wern, baby. W-E-R-N. Big Jim Wern. He was a bit miffed. He's a coworker of mine who listens to the show. He's a regular listener, and he was miffed at the sound quality of our last show.
Yeah, there was two problems. I'm just going to tell you guys exactly what happened. There's a setting on Skype that automatically balances the mics between two of us. So, like, if you're talking, one person isn't super loud and the other person's super soft, which is what we had last time. And also, I just looked down at my mixing board just now. The levels of my microphone on the main output were completely turned to as loud as they could go.
Yeah, I see. As a layperson, I wasn't in the radio business for a real long time, but personally, I would think, okay, step one, check the levels.
Yeah.
No, step one, is it plugged in? Is my
True.
whole setup plugged in? Yes, the computer's on. Yes, I'm talking to Joe. Okay, number two, levels.
Yeah, but see, the levels should stay the same all the time. There should be no reason that they should ever be changed, except for when I was killing flies, and I must have bumped it when I was killing flies. Would you like an update on the...
I don't think so, because it was loud from the get.
Oh, good point.
And,
I was just trying to...
started killing flies like 5 minutes in.
I was just trying to transition into the fly killing discussion.
Well, just tell. Hey,
I would like to say...
Hey, guess what?
What?
How'd that fly situation end up last week? Hey, there's been something I've been dying to ask you this whole week.
What's that?
That fly situation. How'd you deal with that?
How in the hell are you dealing with all those flies in your home?
Right.
I would like to tell you that you are not only right, you were completely right. I came down here every single day for almost a week, and with nothing more than $1.29 for two at Meijer, fly swatter, battled the flies. I'm talking, I would get down here, the first swing I would take, they'd fly all crazy.
Okay.
And then I got the fly paper.
Yeah,
I hung that fly paper, and Grant came down here to do. He was working out, and he goes, "Dad, we got a lot of victims. Victims down there." And I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Just go down there. They were stuck to it and buzzing and suffering, and I didn't care."
Yeah. No, don't.
I didn't care one bit.
Did you start singing Judgment Night? Just another victim, kid. Just another victim. Who is that? Helmet? Who's that? Helmet and Onyx?
Judgment Night.
No. You don't remember the movie Judgment?
No. It's all coming back.
Remember the soundtrack?
Yeah, wasn't it like rap and rock together?
Yeah. So it would be like Helmet and House of Pain, Biohazard, the metal band, Biohazard and Ice-T.
Body Count.
There was Onyx.
I'm going to look it up right now. And people love when I look up stuff. So it was called The Judgments.
I think it was like, Judgment Night soundtrack. I think it was Onyx and
How do you spell judge?
I think it was Onyx and Slayer. Or maybe it was Onyx and Biohazard.
Hang on, I'll tell you right now.
Ice-T.
Just Another Victim was Helmet and House of Pain. Fallen. Oh, Fallen was on that by De La Soul and Teenage Fan Club?
Mm.
Fallen. They sampled the song by Tom Petty. Hey, kids, remember when I used to be dope? I earned a pocket full of fame. But look what you're doing now.
That's a fantastic soundtrack.
Yeah, Run DMC in Living Color.
Okay.
Biohazard and Onyx, like you said. Ice-T and Slayer. Faith No More and the Booyah Tribe. Cypress Hill and Sonic Youth. Mix-a-Lot and Mudhoney. Dinosaur Jr. and Del the Funky Homo Sapien. Therapy and Fatal. I don't know who either one of those people are. It says therapy ? So maybe that's therapy? Maybe you.
Therapy?
Yeah. Pearl Jam and Cypress Hill at the end with Real Thing. Dude, I'm listening to this when we get off this. Just another victim, kid.
Yeah. You're just another victim.
I love it.
Victim, kid.
I love it. So, anyways, there's no more flies in my basement thanks to a long hiatus from being down here and that fly paper, dude.
Yeah.
Although trying to get it into a bag, it was stuck to my hand. Then it was stuck to the outside of the garbage bag. Then
you gotta grab like the little canister.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like a little cylinder, and then you gotta grab that like little red loop.
Yeah, which is very decorative.
Yeah, and then you just slowly pull it, like as it warms up, like you kind of hold it in your hand, warm it up, and then you just kind of pull it out, and then I think it even comes with its own thumbtack.
No, this one. Oh, it does.
Yeah, and then you just tack it where it needs.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize it was a thumbtack.
Yeah, it's just an all-in-one solution.
I use like one of those, like a little tiny like staple gun.
Oh yeah,
it works. It does. That's what those were. They kept falling out as like the top is got a thumbtack on the bottom. So when you pull the top out, So like it's the way it's threaded, you pull it and then the top pops off. And I was like, well, I'll just throw those away. It's a thumbtack.
Yeah, it's a thumbtack.
How much do you think fly paper was?
Well, didn't you just say $1.30 for 2 of them?
That was for the fly swatter.
Oh, I think it's like I would say
because I was shocked.
I think they come in 4 packs.
They
either
do.
3 or 4 packs.
There are 4
so I
in
think
there.
they're $1.50.
Dude, what are you, a mind reader?
Are they really?
$1.50 for 4 of them.
Yeah.
Here, let me hold them up because I got a couple of packs. They're here right here. This is by Black Flag, right there. Black Flag fly paper. Once
Henry
they
Rollins.
land, they
Henry
never
Rollins.
leave. They
Right.
never leave.
Oh.
So, anyways, the flies are great. So, thank you for that. Something I want to point out, and I know that it's kind of lame to talk about Instagram, dude. You have lit a firestorm under my ass for this smoked meatloaf, dude. Where'd you come up with this idea?
Oh, it wasn't my idea. Like I'm.
Oh, you didn't invent the recipe?
Right.
For meatloaf?
I'm in like a lot of like barbecue smoking groups like on Facebook and stuff. And so it's one that a lot of people do. And like I never thought of it either until like, a year ago. And then I was like, oh, if anybody ever goes on, like if you go to like Facebook, there's a lot of like smokers and those types of groups, grilling, smoking. And every now and then, like every Friday, someone will say like, I'm out of ideas. What should I smoke this weekend? And then like 400 people put like what, and so it's always like beef ribs, like beef short ribs, baby back, spare ribs, meatloaf, brisket, and so
you were like,
yeah, you're like, that's not a buddy to smoke all of that. No, but meatloaf.
I don't know if you know what I make a year, but I can't afford to make all that meat.
Not one night. How can anyone eat all that?
Who's going to eat it all? No one has time for this.
But
what do you got? Your barbecue sauce in 5-gallon bucket? One step.
Not what you see. No, but meatloaf was always a staple in my house growing up. Like, if one thing that I remember from my childhood, I only remember one thing from my childhood.
Your parents took you on vacation. They gave you all these gifts. You're like, if I remember one thing from my childhood, it was the meatloaf. Your mom just weeps openly. She's like, but I didn't even make meatloaf. Right. That was our neighbor.
You don't remember your great-grandmother? All I remember from my childhood. No, but like when I would get sick, like if I got sick or got the flu, the first time that like I would be hungry to like eat a meal, my mom or my grandma would make meatloaf, mashed potatoes, green beans.
You're like, wait a minute, I had a grandma? I just remembered that.
That's
the only
weird.
thing I remember, I remember my childhood was.
I only remember everything that's associated with meatloaf. Now, how do you make your meatloaf?
No, I'm not.
50-50 beef and pork?
No, turkey. I'm that guy.
Okay. Well, we can go on to the next subject. You are that guy. You're like, I saw tofurkey and
so Friday, I am gonna jump because there's people who are like, they think they know meatloaf. My meatloaf brings all the boys to the farm and their life is better than yours. Their life is better than yours.
Have you pepper in yours?
No.
Good.
Dude, send me Dude, I'm telling you. So I said you lit a fire. You really lit a fire under Wendy because she's been now asking me to make smoked meatloaf because she saw your post on Facebook. Yeah. So send me the recipe because if I'll do half pork, half beef, whatever. We normally do turkey, but we're just lame. And part of that is I don't have a good recipe.
Yeah, you got once you go that half turkey or half pork and half beef,
Yeah, I'm luring
you
you
won't
in.
go back. Once you go pork and beef, you'll never go back. You know the old adage.
You like what you see. You like what you taste.
You like that? Everything ain't on the farm. A cow and a pig. So
Most people don't even know that they're friends, but they're friendly in the loaf. Have you ever
I
seen?
sometimes think that they speak each other's language when we're not looking.
I've heard they just live to die together. They pal around on the farm strictly so they can be in my meatloaf.
What grows together goes together.
One time, I saw a cow and a pig right next to a green pepper plant, and my head almost exploded. Get together, you three. Get together. So Friday, it's happening. It's my
Yeah?
big test, something I've been working on for a while, but I just don't
Your
know.
realtor license. I feel like every other person I know has a
I
real
know.
estate license.
Okay, so
And
let's
they're
talk.
all making money. That's the thing.
No,
Like,
yeah,
jokes
I
on
think
me.
I
'Cause
know.
they all have licenses. I'm like, oh, you got yours too? And they're like, yeah, I just sold a $400,000 house, got 15% commission.
It's so funny because, and people listening to this will probably, I don't know if you'll relate to this. It's funny to me how many friends I have that are realtors, mortgage people, or financial advisors. And all of my friends who do any of those things, I've never used for real estate, mortgages, or financial advising because I don't want them to know how little I make.
Right. Or you know their private life. And you're like, your finances are a mess. I'm not coming to you with mine. Like, I use Bill Roberts.
Yeah, and
because
I do
Bill
too.
is legit. You know, like Bill is
But,
like
but here's the
Dave
thing.
Ramsey.
Yeah, but he's one step away from being like, and he's our friend, but he's our friend's brother. That's how we met him.
That's
Right?
how
Like,
I knew Bill before I knew Bram.
okay, well, anyways, I wouldn't trust Bram with any of my money.
Well, that's why he's a community center director.
I'm just saying, if Bram called me and was like, hey, buddy, I'm now doing financial advising. Would you like to move your whole portfolio over?
Bill's taking me under his wing.
Yeah, I'd be like, no.
Yeah, I'd be like, no, I think I'm good with your brother.
I'm good with brother who's been doing my finances for the last 20 years and has me totally set up so they'll never have to work again in like 6 months. He's good.
Who I give $8 a year and then bug him about how good my investments are doing.
Dude, I'm as bad as you, dude. Like every time the economy is like doing anything, like I'll say things to him that I'm embarrassed to type. Like I'll text him, be like, hey, Bill, the economy looks a little flat. Is now the time to get in? And he's every time's real nice about it, but you know he's looking.
He's like, have you counted
no
swords?
No money?
Have you counted the swords and Spartan helmets in my library? Our buddy Bill works for a company that if you're like within the 1% or whatever of like doing your job, you get these like real swords. And then if you make like, you know, if you do like over like 10 million in whatever.
Sales.
In sales.
Yeah, he doesn't make $10 million doing this. Let's be
get like, well, he makes 9. And then you get like, he got like a Spartan helmet, like a real helmet that you can like wear. So me and Cal go over to his house for like Christmas parties. Everyone's in the other room eating buca de beppo, and me and Cal are sword fighting with these real swords with like helmets and shields and all this stuff that are like prizes.
Yeah, like he won these for being great at his job, and we broke them by being idiots.
Right, exactly. We're like, freedom! Kick each other in the balls.
Yeah. Sorry, still got that cough. All right. Anyways, let's talk about my big test this weekend.
Okay, so your test. So is it to be a realtor?
No, we do the whole thing.
Hey,
wait, no, but do you use anybody that you're really close with for any things that they need to know how much money you make? Besides Bill?
Yeah, because I don't care. Like,
okay, see, I do.
That's not something in my life that worries me.
Oh, dude, I'm the thought of you, who I've known.
Talk about money, pooping.
How much you make a year? You just blurt it out on here.
Yeah. My sex life, everything is an open book. If someone asks, I give them an answer.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Here's
I
another
just
thing I
don't
was going to ask. We say realtor. It's realtor,
Yeah,
right?
it's realtor.
Realtor.
I say realtor like
That's
it's
what I say,
three syllables.
Oh, you're a realtor? It's realtor, which is
Yeah,
just weird to me. Like, say it real slow. Realtor.
realtor. I say realtor, like
Yeah,
someone who reels it in.
realtor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say
Also, did you know this? That a realtor or a realtor is only someone who's like in the club that's known as a realtor. So like somebody who sells properties, if they don't pay to do some kind of club thing, they're not technically a realtor.
So,
like you can like
so if
sell.
you're like part of Remax, that puts you in the club.
No, someone can probably email us in and tell us, but I swear that not every person who buys and sells property is a realtor. Now it just sounds weird.
Fake tour. That's a horrible joke. Horrible joke, but it made you laugh.
Yeah, it did make me laugh. Anyways,
so what test you got coming up?
I got the test that Friday. Someone's coming to fix my
full-blown AIDS test.
I'm open.
I'm open.
On Friday, I have a person coming here to fix my pool, and they're going to figure out where the leak is. And I am already, oh God, trying to practice to not tell them everything I think I know about the pool, because it'll only screw them up. If I'm like, hey, what?
Hey, can I blow your mind? Can I blow your mind right now?
Don't tell me to
Don't go out and have talk to them, hang out with them, cook hot dogs, because I want to hear this story. When I listened to that last cast where I was yelling at you to stop, I'm thinking, why am I yelling at him? We wouldn't have anything to talk about, and the listeners would be upset. So I'm gonna go back on everything I've ever said. And you, brother, go out there, hang out with them.
I'm a little nervous because there's a part of me, because even Wendy was like, hey, buddy,
could you maybe go to the gym with Grant while they're here?
She was like, maybe just like show them where everything's at. Like, here's how here's where the turn on the pool, and here's where you do whatever. I'm losing 700 gallons a day.
Okay.
That's a lot of
say that again?
Yeah,
I said okay, but it didn't register. You're losing 700 gallons a day
of water a day. I have to run the hose for an hour and a half every single morning because I've lost this much water overnight.
He says this much. He's holding his fingers up. It looks like 5 inches.
Yeah, probably 5 inches of water that I lose. And it's not.
Measure that against something.
I mean, dude, this is only 6 inches. I'm only 6 inches. So that's all about 6 inches, isn't it?
Yeah, just measure it up.
Anyways.
So every morning you have to put that in your pool.
Yeah. Last August, my water bill, and I get it that everyone's like, it's 90 degrees. Why don't you bitch a little bit more about having a pool? My water bill was $700 last August.
Holy
for
cats.
1 month. So I'm paying someone a lot of money to come here and fix to find the leak.
Yeah,
I thought I had it pinpointed.
Do that spray seal where you can turn a rowboat and put a screen door in it.
What if they show up for 6 minutes? They do Flex Seal.
Yeah, Flex Seal, and you can spray it underwater.
Yeah.
What happens if they just go down and spray seal it, and then they still expect the same amount of money?
Or they just totally stall, looking around at the very last second. They've been here for an hour and 55 minutes because I get it for 2 hours.
They're out there smoking. Then they have lunch. Then they play grab ass. And then they just go down there and spray it.
Did I ever tell you about, we'll get back to the pool in a second, but did I ever tell you about the time that we were getting our kitchen remodeled and what?
Oh, you told us about the time that you got your kitchen remodeled.
And that Grant walked in and the electrician was watching a YouTube video on how to do electricity.
No.
Yes.
I like how you said how to do electricity.
No, but whatever he was doing, I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I know how to do electricity. I do. I know how to put in a plug. I put in can lights. I can know how to do this. But Grant said he walked in and the dude was like looking at his phone, watching a video, looked up, put it away, and then
Looked
did
at the wall, looked at the wall, looked at his phone, looked at the wall, looked at his phone, looked at Grant.
Yeah.
Slowly put the phone back in his pocket.
Everybody's like, it's like that scene in Jedi when right before Luke jumps off the diving board, he's like,
Right.
and then they cut to C-3PO's like,
fingers. Yeah, the 2 fingers to R2.
But yeah, but then they show everyone's face. They're like, Lando looks at.
Yep. Nods. You guys, I have to give play-by-play because Cal doesn't realize that people listening, which is again 85% of our audience, can't see what
95 to 100%.
Right, 98%.
Yeah.
Cater to the 2 to watch YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. So on Friday have them coming over, but like Wendy legitimately when we were laying in bed the other night and she says to me, "Hey bud," she doesn't normally call me bud, so it's a little weird. And she's like, "Is there any way that maybe you could just
rascal. Hey little rascal.
Lovable scamp. Hey, is there any way that maybe you could just like so that they can just start with like no information so that they can do all the tests?" She's like, "Because I'm a little worried that you're gonna go out there and be like, well, I've noticed that when I put a plug in this, it does this. And then they're going to be like, oh, then there's clearly where the leak is.
Right.
She's like, let them just tell them how much water you're losing and let them go.
Just let her tell them.
Yes.
Do what you got to do.
Then we got to take 3 weeks off from the podcast.
Yeah. No, you need to be out there. You do.
Okay. So that's the big test.
And you need to really, you need to make sure that what they're doing is the right thing.
Should I tell them? Should I offer them tools? I've done that in the past.
Yeah, you should say, hey, if you guys gotta empty the pool, I got a garden hose over here. I'll help you with that.
I just siphon it.
Right. Right.
Because every time
how do you guys like your eggs?
Hope you're hungry for scampi. Hope you're hungry for scampi.
Costco had a great deal on shrimp. So I'm gonna be cooking that up for lunch. Got to get rid of it. It's been in the fridge. I forgot to put it in the freezer.
If it's gray, put it away. That's what I always say about shrimp. If it's gray, put it away in your stomach. Hope you guys are hungry for shrimp scampi.
So, I am very interested as to what it's gonna be like, how that's leaking, because you have an in-ground pool.
Yeah, so I have an in-ground pool that's from like 1970. It's old.
And this is what reminded me when you said how much you're losing. I forget if we were talking about on this podcast about the floods in Michigan. I don't know if me and you have had that conversation yet.
Are you doing a podcast on the side without me?
No, I can't remember if I was just talking to you or just talking to someone in everyday life.
No, I don't. We didn't talk about that. We were trying to. Okay. There's a few topics we're not talking about right now, just because. Yeah.
Because it just brings the mood down.
Yeah, totally.
But one of the things that I heard, get this, is in Midland when the dam broke. Well, the dam didn't break. The water around the dam broke.
Yeah.
And they said that the equivalent. Get this. This is what they said. The equivalent of the amount of water it takes to fill an Olympic-sized pool was going around the dam every 2 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
Every 2 seconds, an Olympic-sized pool was drained.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw any of those like pictures, but like I think it's Lake. I want to say Lake Wilcox, but that doesn't sound right. Wixom?
No, that doesn't. Yeah, that sounds.
I feel like Wixom was the word, but it wasn't near Wixom. That's why when I saw the picture, I'm like, Wixom, isn't that a town? Wixom's out like by like Ann Arbor, isn't it?
Yeah, like by Novi.
Yeah. Well, anyways, they showed pictures of these people who had bought right on the water, had a boat, and their boat is now sitting on the dirt.
Right. Exactly.
Their dock's, 17 feet in the air because it's touching the bottom.
Yeah.
And their boat's on the ground.
Yeah. One guy I heard on the radio, he said that he had. What
were you listening to?
Dave and Chuck the Freak. No, actually it wasn't. It was 97.1, Carson Anderson. And they called in, and this guy said that he had lakefront property. He had a cottage.
Yeah.
At the north end of whatever lake that was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he said that his boat canopy was 12 feet off the water. So his boat canopy was 12 feet off the water. So when they heard about this flooding, he went up, and while he's up there, the water was rising, and got to the bottom of the canopy. So the water rose 12 feet.
Oh my
And he
gosh.
said once it almost touched the canopy, so right as it was like up to the 12-foot mark, that's when like the levees broke or whatever. Obviously, he didn't know that, but they were at that time. So he said all day it was getting deeper. When it almost hit that canopy, he said within 45 minutes, it was gone. His boat, like you said, was in the mud.
Yeah.
And there was no lake to be seen. And now his like lakefront property is like a mile and a half from the river. Like,
yeah. Now here's the thing I don't know, and you
I
might
laugh. I'm not laughing.
No. I don't.
I'm laughing because just kind of didn't know how to.
So you don't cry.
Just a yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this: do you know, like, are they going to pump that water back into the lake?
Well, the lake will reform once the levee, or like because the dam is okay. It's the ground around the dam gave out.
Yeah.
So once that is repaired, they can close the dam and the lake will come back.
It will?
Yeah, absolutely. But until they do that, it's,
horrible.
I mean, if it's not for 3 years, then for 3 years you don't have lakefront property.
You're like, this is bullcrap.
Yeah.
We bought when the market was good, just like my best friend, the realtor and mortgage guy, told me to.
Right.
Who let the judges out? Okay, well,
on a daily basis that I find important. When was the last time you had fruit stripe gum? You know what I'm talking about? That gum, it's like all colorful. It's got like the zebra on it.
Well, what's weird to me, let me tell you about what's weird to me. It's weird to me that you bring up fruit stripe gum, because fruit stripe gum isn't good.
No, I want to correct you. It's fantastic for 6 seconds.
Yeah.
And then it's done.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those products, though, that like you're like, why? How did this make it? Like, how did this one? Like, this is it. Like, it didn't go away and come back. It's not like clove gum, which was like, Beeman's, which went away, and then someone bought it, like some nostalgic brand.
My mom was on cloud 9 when it came back.
God.
I remember eat this when I was a child. Yeah.
My parents, I remember the first time they gave me Beeman's or a Blackjack gum.
Blackjack, that's the one that my mom was hype over.
Yeah, it's like black licorice flavor.
Yeah. My mom's all into that.
And there's no surprise that anise flavor tastes like anus. Like, there's no question why someone was like, ugh, call this one anise.
Call this anise.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay. And then someone kind of spelled it similar. I think he said this.
I think so. What do I know?
But fruit stripe gum, it comes in the pack, and you get a purple striped, a red stripe, a green stripe, a yellow, and an orange. I believe those are the colors.
Wait, they're not all striped?
No.
So then I don't think I've ever had this.
Pack, if you buy like the 20 stick pack, it's like you get 4 sticks of every color. If you buy the 25-cent 5-stick pack, you get 1 stick of every color.
Okay. I'm going to buy it the next time I see it.
It's the most delicious. Well, I take that back. The most delicious gum is juicy fruit.
Absolutely.
Juicy
I agree completely.
But besides that, fruit stripe gum is amazing. But after like your 10th chew, like once the saliva in your mouth has attacked it, it becomes this like really hard to chew lump. I wish Fruit Stripe Company would just go to like Trident or Bubblicious and just be like, how about you use our flavors?
Yeah.
It's your gum.
Yeah. Hubba Bubba stepped up and said, we will let you use our patented formula, but you put your flavor on there.
Yeah, exactly. Fruit Stripe gum is like the crap that comes in like old baseball card packs. Like
87 Don Ross.
Yeah, it's just like it tastes good for the first 10 chews. Now I gotta spit it out.
Yeah, we had last night. I picked up Grant. He was social distancing.
He was about 150 pounds when I picked him up,
give or take. What the heck? Hey, what's the hen weigh? What's a hen weigh?
Hey, yeah. Yesterday we went to the Henway.
What's a hen weigh?
About 2 pounds. So stupid. So stupid.
Anyways, picked up Grant. He was over at a friend's house. They were having like a bonfire, but it wasn't much of a bonfire. And it was one of the kids' birthdays, so they were like still trying to.
Hey, it was just an old Playboy on fire. That's
It
all.
was a whole. It was a
A box
hobo barrel, like a trash barrel, like you see in like all those movies that are about post-apocalyptic world that you live in, and people are just
Turner warming their hands over it with giant hair. Where'd she get the hairspray? Yet she can't afford food.
Tina Turner. She was
Turner.
in Thunderdome, wasn't she?
Tina Turner, if she's still alive, which I
is.
think she is,
Yeah.
she's still absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Her legs for like a 90-year-old woman rival that of like a 22-year-old.
It's funny because when I think of Tina Turner, I think of
Mary, keep on turning.
It's exactly the song. But then I also think of all the drag queens that go as Tina Turner. She's like a big drag queen person.
Oh, is she?
A lot of drag queens go as Tina. She's one of the many people that drag queens go. I don't know if you're going to say go as, dress up as, become.
Sure. Yeah, dress up as.
Okay, so anyway, last night I picked up Grant and he gets in the car and he goes, okay, we'll just role play for a second. You be me. You don't even need to know what to say.
Hey champ, how you doing?
No, I'm going to say what he said. Do you?
Oh.
Just answer this question. Okay. Do you want some big league chew?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was like, hell yeah, I do. I put it in. I looked like Scarface. All that powder was all over my nose. I could not get my hand in there deep enough to put this giant thing of, and like I said, I had a giant thing of gum in my mouth. And those of you who've never had Big League Chew, do you think there's people out there that have never had it?
Yes.
Okay, so Big League Chew, it's like they took a sheet, 11 by 8.5 by 11 sheet of gum, and then cut it into little tiny strips.
Put it through a shredder.
Yeah, put it through a shredder.
Little strips, and then they put that in a sealed pouch.
Yeah, but they also cover it with, I guess that's cornstarch?
Yeah. No, it wouldn't be cornstarch.
Probably
it's probably powdered
sugar.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, but when you go into the pouch, which is meant to look like a pouch of chewing tobacco,
yeah,
there's so much of this white crap everywhere that, like I said, you put this stuff in your mouth, your hand brushes your nose, you look like a cokehead, like you look like a straight up cokehead.
Can I say this, or is this just me? I don't care what age I've been in my life. If you give me a pack of Big League Chew right now and I put it in, all I can think of is I'm putting in a big chaw.
Absolutely. Right into the corner.
I don't think like I'm eating gum.
Right
I don't care about like taking out. Yeah. I don't care about taking out like a handful of Big League Chew, sticking it in my mouth, chewing it and blowing a bubble. I want to stick it and pack it down in my jaw.
Right. Exactly. Right in my gut.
Get my teeth rotting down at the gum line.
Right.
Pack that sucker in and then think to myself that like I look like Jose Canseco as part of the Bash Brothers.
Right. Yeah. I think how cool I look. I didn't
Guillermo
see myself.
Hernandez.
Yeah. Guillermo had a big chaw, didn't he?
Oh, huge chaw.
Yeah. I have a friend of mine who still chews. It's not as cool as we remember.
90% of my coworkers, 95% of my coworkers chew. And here's my thing. Cards on the table, being honest. If I could have a bad habit that I wouldn't die from, it would be chewing.
Really?
Everything about chewing, I love. I love the smell of it.
Really?
Let's do it. I'm like, hand it over. I like take a big old whiff of it.
You fart into their can. You're like, hand it over. You put your legs up and just fart into the can.
I think it smells great.
Really? No.
Yeah. But because cancer runs in my family, I know the first time I put it in, like, here we go, clip, my tongue will fall out black. And
Don't
like
be the guy who's like missing the jaw.
Yeah, a week later I'll have jaw cancer.
Yeah, and then they'll be like, sir, can you do a PSA for children? You'll be like,
yeah,
hey, chewing sounds like a good idea. And then like Two-Face and Batman, you'll turn around and like, oh God, what happened?
Roger Ebert will just shake his head at me because he's missing his bottom jaw.
I know what happened.
Did you ever see a picture of him?
Yeah,
like
what
without his jaw?
Yeah,
I don't know. I think he had.
I said I saw it. Okay.
I think he had like a glandular cancer, and not to be confused with Angela from Who's the Boss, but I think he had a gland cancer, where his salivary glands or something. But he had people, if you've never seen, Siskel and Ebert, there was like Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert. One was tall and thin, one was kind of short and fat. The short, fat guy, he had his lower jaw removed. Like he did not have a lower jaw. And so you look at him toward the end of his life, but the thing is, like, his skin was still there. So, like, he didn't have a jaw underneath the skin of his face, like where it should
I've
be.
never seen this until just now.
It's far out, isn't it? I can't see that. Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. No, I'd never seen this
Doesn't
before.
have a lower jaw, so all, like, your chin is just hanging there. It's
yeah.
weird.
Yeah, and he looks like he's like looks like a puppet, almost like you'd put your hand in him.
Yeah, it's
up
weird.
his rectum.
I mean,
Rectum? I dare near killed him.
I mean, God bless him. I mean, I think he's passed
yeah.
since, but
well, yeah, and again, if your choice is dying of jaw cancer or getting your jaw removed, I'd probably go out.
Yeah.
Then be like, I'm a little vain. I'd like to keep the jaw in place till I die. Would that be okay? And also, I don't know why I talk like a, some queen from the 40s. Hey, how are you?
I say.
Oh, my.
Oh, my. Who let the juniors out?
All right, so here's the question I have for you, because you asked me about fruit stripe gum. We were talking about this yesterday. There is talk that there may not be a concert held till 2021. So we're talking January, February of 2021 is the next time you can see your favorite band.
Okay.
There was some talk about possibly doing drive-in concerts. Did you hear about this?
Yes.
Your favorite band is coming.
Hair out of your mouth.
I'm pulling dog hair out of my mouth. Your favorite band's coming to town. It's going to be at the Silverdome parking lot. You buy a ticket. The stage is, I guess, 75 feet in the air? How are we supposed to all be able to see this?
I don't know.
Yeah. Would you go to a drive-in?
No. From being in the band after high school for a portion of my life, doing all sorts of things with you, like, I'm concerted out.
Yeah.
Like, I love the bands that I love, and I listen to them on vinyl, and I listen to them digitally, and I love music playing whenever I possibly can. I've seen pretty much everyone on my bucket list that I wanted to see, give or take. So
besides Gaga,
like, nothing within me ever wants to go to like another concert again.
Right.
I don't want to sit there, whether it be in the seats or on floor, and just watch. Yeah, I don't think I could do it ever again.
Yeah, see, I don't want to do it unless it's done correctly. Like, I just think about, it's funny because in my head, it's not the driving in and out, listening somehow in your car, sticking your head out the window, pumping your fist in agreement. It's just the thought of Ace Frehley walking on the hood of cars.
Or between them.
Yeah.
Just between them. On roller skates. Like a Sonic waitress.
David Lee Roth try to do the Russian splits off of a car
on rollerblades. The ones that look like ski boots from the 80s. Like the ones that when we were kids were in the weeklies for like Target every week. Just huge ski boots, plastic, neon, horrible bearings, super hard wheels.
You could hear them coming a mile away because the bearings were so loud, and the blade part of it, like the wheel, was not made of like silicone or whatever. It was made of pure plastic.
Yeah, just hard plastic. What are you doing?
I've got dog hair all over this microphone.
If you don't watch us on YouTube, watch the last one, because you could see Cal's butt crack. He sticks right in the middle.
Did you watch it?
No. It didn't show up
on there. No,
Oh, it
because
was
the
part
way
that cut out.
I know, because the part that
Oh man,
dude, I struggle with this, dude. I was like, I gotta cut out the butt crack. It was enough that you could see like my back, but no, you could. I like walked out of the screen just in time.
oh, so because I have like widescreen, I got it.
Right, and because
but now, if you watch this episode, you could sit there and watch him try and pull a hair out of his mouth. But the thing is, if you've ever watched somebody try and pull a hair out of their mouth, you can't see the hair. They can only feel it. So they end up doing this weird motion with their mouth in the strangest.
Well, it's like when someone walks.
Position.
It sounds like it's like when someone walks into a cobweb.
Right.
Like they're like, whoa, like they, you know what I mean? It's like they just got clotheslined by nobody.
Right. See him across the field walk through a cobweb, and they just look like they're having a meltdown.
They look like, oh, what's going on with that guy? Yeah, so it's funny that you brought up David Lee, because that's exactly what I thought of. It wasn't like, hey, you know, if they do a concert and it's, you know, Lady Gaga and she's up there and we're all in our cars, shaking our cars, honking our horns, whatever. Yeah. It's the David Lee Roth, where, like you said, who I was picturing walking between cars, hitting hands.
Yeah.
But the rollerblades makes it even better.
You cover more ground. You cover more ground on rollerblades. They got like the knee pads, the elbow pads,
the over his jeans. Over his jeans. Yeah.
He's wearing jeans, old school, like 1989 inline skates. Oh, that would be hilarious.
Even better, roller skates with four wheels on each.
Then you got to go down and, what is it, shoot the boot? Shoot the duck?
Shoot the duck, where you go out and put one leg up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the thought of that. I don't know why that makes me laugh, though, to think about him, you know, out there trying to make it happen in the car.
Just momentum from side to side, getting those hips rocking back and forth. Now, would you go to an outdoor concert?
No, I don't think I would. I mean, like, I'm like you. Like, I'm pretty bad, and I'm going to sound like a complete a-hole, but I'm just going to say it because people probably already think that I am. Much like you said, from the years of working at the radio station, I don't want to go to a show if I'm not sitting close. Correct. Also, I'm not sitting on the lawn. I'm not sitting on the lawn. Sorry, I'm too old for that. And also, you know what? For many shows, I stood on stage. So, like, the thought of, like, going and sitting in a car to watch the band, I'm like, dude, not that I'm better than that.
I'm the same way. I feel
not
the same.
Better than that. I just have already done that. Now, if you know, one of my favorite bands,
it's like flying first class. Once you fly first class, you don't ever want to fly coach again. Like you're always like, man, my flight was so much better when I was first class. Same thing, like being in the band, being backstage, being on the side stage, all of that. To then be out in the crowd, and we talked about this like when we knew our time was over, and like horrible. I'm standing out in the crowd. I bought my ticket. I'm standing out in the crowd. Yeah, arms crossed against the back wall. Like it's not fun anymore.
Right.
The only time I'm thinking in my head, I think the only time that like I would go to a concert, like if Molly came to me and said, "Hey, you know, the Loved Ones or Face to Face or you know, Angels and Airwaves are coming to town. Do you want to go?" I'd be like, nah, like I'll just listen to the music.
Yeah.
Like they're good. I would go if there was a group and it was like, hey, we're all going to go see, you know, I tend to think country music artists, like the atmosphere is more fun.
Well, country,
like a punk show.
Yeah. What they do, what country does, which is funny, is that they'll put a lot of big name people together on one show so they can do like Ford Field and they can sell it out and it's fun. Like you said, it's people in party buses. Yeah, the party buses, there's tailgating. It's fun. Whereas I almost feel like with rock music, and I don't know if this is necessarily always true, but you'll notice a lot of times that it's not the same caliber of band they bring out. Like it's not like, you know, Blink-182 goes out with, I don't know, some other band. Yeah, with Green Day. Usually it's Green Day and Fall Out Boy, where you're like,
or like we can get there later. We could skip the opening band.
Yeah, because you don't necessarily love both of them. Like that was like for a while, I don't know if you remember, but Lil Wayne was on tour with Blink, which everyone was like, this makes no sense.
Right.
Including Lil Wayne, who quit halfway through the tour because he was like, this is stupid. Right. But they were trying to get two different like just like genres into one place, but yet neither one really won. Because if you love Lil Wayne, you don't want to see him go on at 6 o'clock when it's light outside, which is always a weird thing.
Right.
And if you love Blink, you're probably not the biggest Lil Wayne fan. Now, you might like, 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot, thump. Like, how many songs do you know by Lil Wayne?
I only know him from back in his Cash Money days. Like, back that butt up.
Drop
Girl,
it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Girl, what you looking at? Back that thing up.
Yeah. Remember when he was
big,
14?
Fine woman, won't you back that thing up?
I was way older than I should have been.
He was 14, and by then he'd already been shot like 37 times. He had. Like, he got destroyed, and he lived.
Did I ever tell you, and I'm going to go backwards for a second because I want to tell this story. Did I ever tell you the story about when we did the concert with Weezer at the skate park?
No.
So you were talking about David Lee Roth with
roller skates
and the knee pads. We did a concert one time that was with Weezer for their Green album. So I mean, they were big by that point.
Yeah.
Pinkerton, which is of course everyone's favorite.
Far in the rear view.
Yeah. Yeah. Pinkerton was far in the rear view, and we did this thing, and I think it was like 200 people could get in or something like this, and you just had to show up. It was a total cluster because, of course, 4,000 people showed up and turned on us about, once you let the 200 people in, people are saying F 80 on X, F 80 on X, which is like,
right.
We did this nice thing for you, but because you didn't get in, now you hate us.
Right.
So anyway, but
that's why you never do anything nice for anybody.
Never. Just know there's no good deed goes unpunished. Isn't that what they say? So we were doing this thing, like I said, and beforehand, the skate park, the song was called Hash Pipe. I got my hash pipe. Do, 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 do. Remember that song? And so for some reason, they wanted to do it at a skate park like half pipe. Well, all the guys from Weezer wanted to try to skateboard. When I say try, I mean they had never done it in their entire life. Now, you know Weezer, right? Not the probably most athletic gentleman you've ever seen.
Correct.
Helmets, elbow pads, knee pads. One of the guys had on a tail pad, like a butt,
They had to be like fooling, right?
No,
they were just doing. No,
they weren't doing it for a photo op. They were doing it, and it was one of the hardest things to watch because they did it like in the afternoon while they were still setting up. So it was like before sound check, so no one was there. But I was there, and I was like, "Oh,
God,
like not
guys,
that I
you
thought,
need to stop."
Yeah, like not that I thought they were cool. I never really thought they were cool. I liked the band, but I never once was like, you know what, Rivers Cuomo, he's a cool guy. I was like, they're kind of dorks and they're in a band and whatever. They make good music. I like Weezer, but I never thought they were cool.
Okay.
Dude, it was bad. The helmets, the elbow pads. It was just like exactly like what you're talking about.
Is it like watching America's Funniest Videos when like the 85-year-old grandpa gets on the hoverboard, falls over backwards, and you know he broke 20 bones in his spine.
Yeah.
You know his pelvis is busted.
Yeah.
His neck, the back of his head.
Yeah.
Oh, but you laugh.
Right.
And
you laugh.
Like you're like, oh my gosh. Rewind it.
Dying laughing. But yeah, so that's what I was wondering is like, do you think you would go to a show? And I'm not surprised one bit that you would not go to a show where you had to sit in the car. And for the record, anybody out there that hadn't heard this theory, they're not doing it. Like it's not going to happen. Okay. They're probably just going to wait until now. Would you pay money to watch your favorite band do a concert? Let's say, who's your favorite band right now? Like that you would, or someone you haven't seen. Let's say the Bosstones. I know that's someone who you like.
Yeah.
Let's say the Bosstones, they do like a bit of a reunion. They have all the guys back, including the dude that their manager that dances. What's his name?
Carr.
Yeah. Anyways, the guy that dances, and they come back and they're like, "Hey, for $5, we're gonna do a show and you can rent it." Yeah. What's the price point where you say I'm not paying?
I'm not paying.
I'm saying, how high would you pay?
$30.
Really?
I pay $30 because this is how I see it. Like because of this COVID stuff, and this would be why they're doing it. They're musicians. They've given me decades of amazing music, and I have a paycheck coming in every week.
I agree.
They don't, by all means, like if they charge $40, if they did $30, great. If they did $40 and like I got, a free download of something, I would do that just for the fact that it was a band that I loved.
How about if it's a new movie that comes out? Because I had this discussion the other day.
No.
So a new movie, it's
No.
Bad Boys 7.
Right. No.
It's Bad Boys 7, and it's normally going out to the movie theater, but it's a show. It's a movie you normally would go and see. How much you paying to rent it in your home? What's the max?
To rent it in my home would
Yeah,
be
so you
as
can
much as
stream
I
it.
would pay for a ticket, which let's say max would be $10.
But okay, but you and Molly go to the.
Actually, I take that back. I wouldn't pay $10 to rent a movie in my house. $8.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I was talking to my friend Adam Grant.
If I get it for $20 and I rent it, and when it's released, I get like a code that I can own the movie, I would do $20. But
so it's funny you say that because so my friend Adam Graham works for the Detroit News.
Where does he work? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a film critic over there. He said that that's what Hollywood's running into right now is that so they have these movies that have these budgets that are this big, but no one is going to pay $24.99 to rent the new movie that's coming out in a couple of weeks.
Right. And they probably look at it and they probably go, well, let's just say
exactly
12 or not 12. Let's just say 2 people sit down. That's $12. So that's a ticket. You're in your house and you're getting to see a new release, which is probably worth another $4. So that's $12 a person. That's fair.
And if you had gone to the movies, you would have paid $40 for popcorn. So you're getting it.
And I know that's how they're looking at it.
Yeah,
that ain't how I look at it.
Oh, exactly. That's exactly the same way. And that's what he said. He said that they're just people. It's like Hollywood and people aren't on the same level. No. And they found that like $9.99 was the most people would pay to rent a movie that they want to see in the home. And I don't even know if here's the thing. I rented Harry Potter or something the other day because my kids wanted to see it. I actually thought it was decent, whatever. It was $3.99, but that's about the most I'm paying for a movie from the 90s.
See, I just don't.
I'm not paying much more than that.
Yeah, no, I'm not paying more than like you said.
And I don't want to own it.
$4.
Here's the thing: I don't want to own it either. Like I have no, like if you said to me, but for $15 you can own it. I'm like, I don't want to own Harry Potter.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I am with you there. Like I have trouble renting because I'm like, I might as well just buy it. But then I'm like, I don't want to spend $15 on a movie that I'm probably never going to watch again.
Right, exactly. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. But obviously there's bigger things in the world than Bad Boys 6 or Fast and Furious 15.
Now, with you talking about this, like, I don't want to say app, but like with this new thing that the movie industry is doing, have you seen this other new thing? I've heard about it like on the radio. Have you heard of commencement.com or
No,
commencement?
tell me about this.
Dude, I don't know what other people think, but here it is.
I'm afraid of what this is.
So the showbiz industry is they feel bad for all the seniors, the 2020 seniors that didn't graduate, right?
They feel bad and they want to make money, probably.
So they feel bad for them. So what does every kid look forward to when he graduates?
Their name being said on the thing. Throwing up their hat in the air.
Sure, exactly. That stuff. This company thinks that all the kids want to hear the commencement speeches.
Are you kidding me?
So you can go to like commencement.com, you spend whatever money, and all these artists and authors and people like in wealthy people have done
successful people
have done like a commencement speech where you can watch them. And so on the radio.
Is this for real?
It's for real. So get this. Wait till you hear some of these people. So on the commercial, they play like little snippets, and like one will be like Katie Couric. And then like
that's what high school seniors want to hear from is Katie Couric.
Exactly. So Katie Couric, she gives her like 2 seconds that you hear her like giving her obviously read.
Yeah.
Show. And it's so like not heartfelt. It's literally being
highly
read.
edited. Highly edited. She did
so
it in
they're
her
like
studio.
They're like Katie Couric, and then they'll like name like another strong women in politics and stuff, and then they're like Usher, and then like Usher, his little snippet is like, as you go out into the world, it's all about love. Love is what changes everything. And then like it goes to the next. So I'm sure Usher gives more of a speech, but like that's the snippet. So then the next one, who I question if they ever actually graduated anything, Kesha.
What?
So Kesha, it's Katie Couric, Usher, Kesha,
dude.
but then there's like successful business people and stuff. But yeah, but then Usher, Katie Couric. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, Kesha, Usher. So listen, like YouTube or do whatever the commencement.com and watch the commercial and tell me you're not blown away by this.
And you're expecting that I am going to pay for this to hear what Kesha has to say?
Exactly. I know we talked about this with Cameo a while back, and we both kind of bashed it, and I've come around to where I think Cameo is awesome.
No, I didn't bash Cameo. What I'm saying is if you want to put yourself out there and something like, here's the thing. I'll be honest. You want to give me $20 to say happy birthday to your grandma? I'd probably do it.
Yeah.
It's like I get it. I get why people would do it. I don't think there's really anything wrong with Cameo. I think it's some of the people that are on there. I don't know if they're necessarily celebrities, but that's okay.
Right. If you're the third key grip, on the reshoots of Harry Potter, you can't put yourself out there and say I was in Harry Potter.
Right. But I do agree with you that if you're trying to hear from people on the commencement speeches, I don't know that.
Like what high school senior is like sitting at home right now and is like, Mom, can I want to see some I want to know how to get out into this world.
Yeah.
You don't give a crap.
No, and nor should they. I mean, come on, dude. Who spoke at your commencement?
Nobody. Like our valedictorian did.
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
That's my point. Like I don't even my college one, I don't even remember.
Yeah, so I was going to say take another step into college. Like, so if you're a college grad and you didn't get there to get your diploma, your degree that you worked so hard for.
You still got their degree. They just didn't get their diploma. You still got your
degree, and you're probably moving on with your life. Are you sitting at home watching a 20-minute speech by Kesha telling you how you know what I mean?
No, I know.
A girl whose first hit was like, I drink a bottle of Jack and
wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. Yeah, I brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack.
Yeah, this is Yeah, this is someone who you're taking like graduation, getting out into the world advice.
Well, no, that's the thing. That's why, like, whenever you hear people like Eminem say, follow your dreams, it's like, you know what, dude, you're really good at rapping. Don't tell other people to follow their dreams of being a rapper. What if they're not good? Yeah. It's always weird to me when successful people tell people like, Michael Phelps, like, just keep trying. You might win a gold medal too. It's like, yeah, but you could also be really good like you. Like, it's easy for you to say.
Yeah. I could train every day, 15 hours a day for the next 20 years.
And I won't be as good.
I will never, I won't even make Olympic qualifying.
No.
I won't even make Olympic qualifying for like Team Kenya, where there's not a drop of water in the entire nation state. Like I wouldn't even make their swim team.
Right.
The seniors. Let the seniors out with their commencement.
We respect you, seniors. That's going to do it for episode 132 of Cagno Radio. We thank you for being here. Really, though, you do want to follow Joe at Jerk Yorkie. No, what is your... what's the one?
On Instagram.
But what's the one with the barbecue? Because we've been seeing a lot of stuff. Say that again. I cut you off. It's being weird.
Average Jerk BBQ. I've actually been cooking a lot more lately, so now that this COVID thing's over, posting stuff up, people are hitting me up about recipes, as you did today about meatloaf.
Yep.
I have no problem talking to you guys in length and detail about cool things to do and smoking and barbecue.
Don't speak Greek, because it's all Greek to me.
Right. Oh, now Grim's barking.
Well, now make him say bye. We'll talk to you later. We love you. Bye.